Welcome back to Spick.
Welcome back to show you guys.
This is going to be our last game. Green Bay Packers against the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota's favored about 3.5. I think Green Bay's going to win this one. The reason why is I think Rodgers wants to make the playoffs, wants to make something out of the season. And the back's against the wall, man. And both teams, it really must win for both teams. If especially Green Bay loses one, I think they're out of the playoffs. Yeah. Minnesota loses one, they've still got a chance, but it's going to be really hard for them. The keys for Green Bay is Rodgers got to play really well. They can't let this defense eat them alive like they've had this the previous game and other years when they played each other. Rodgers got to stay healthy. This is a team that hurt him last season, so that might happen again. Hopefully not. That line has to play block that front seven for Minnesota really well. They haven't been as great as I figured they were going to be. Minnesota's front seven, but just still been pretty good. They got to take advantage of that secondary. Everyone on that secondary hasn't been playing like they did last year. Yeah. They haven't been as great as I figured they would. I think Adams have a really good game. He needs to step up. Aaron Rodgers is my player of the game. For Minnesota is Kirk Cousins cannot have the game he had last week. If that happens again, I think they're going to get crap beat out of them. They got to establish a running game. They didn't do anything on the running game last week. Granted, that was a really good defense, and Green Bay has not as great of a defense as the Bears do. They don't have a player like Mack either, Green Bay, so they might be able to have a little more protection against that rushing game of Green Bay, but the Green Bay still has a really good secondary. They're really young and inexperienced, but they have a ton of talent. Thielen's had a really good game. Diggs is going to really have a really good game as well. Thielen's going to be my player of the game. He's been kind of a little dinged up the last couple weeks, but he's still playing through it and playing really well. If he can have a really good game and take some pressure off of Kirk Cousins, I think Minnesota has a chance in this one, but I think this is a wounded animal that Green Bay is right now. I don't think Rodgers wants to waste this season, so I think he's going to have a game of his, not game of his career, but game of his season from this game. And if Kirk Cousins can play really well, Minnesota definitely has a chance, but I got Green Bay win this one.
Yeah, I'm also going to take my pack in this one. He's right, man. This is, for both teams, to be quite honest. This is a big game for both teams. I agree. It's not necessarily as super as important as it is for us. Because I think if they take another loss, they still got a chance because they'll be 5-5. So, and we take another loss, we'll be 4-6. So, yeah, I believe if we lose this game, we'll most likely be out of the playoff shot. So, yeah, I think Aaron Rodgers is going to be lights out in this game. I agree with him. He could easily have the best game of his season in this one very easily. God, I hate it's like me repeating about our defense for OU. I'm gonna keep saying this, and I'm gonna keep saying this. We have to run the ball. We've only been pretty much running Aaron Jones, giving him the ball maybe 11 to 12 times. He needs to at least have it 20 to 22 times. He's been absolutely ripping up the football field for us. He only has 534 yards. He should have way more than that. He only has 84 carries on the season. You know, Latavius Murray has more carries than he does, and it shouldn't be that way. He's way more talented than Latavius Murray is. So it's frustrating to see this. You know, I don't. Me and Adams had this discussion. Is it, Aaron Rodgers checking out of these runs, which is I don't think so. But yet again, I'm not in that huddle, so I don't know. I don't know exactly, but we discussed that if it's Aaron Rodgers checking out of these, or if it's, which is my thinking is. McCarthy just kind of blindsides the running game. He uses it in the first half. In the second half, he just thinks that he needs Aaron Rodgers to do everything at that point, and it's frustrating. But whoever I need to talk to, I need to talk to him because Aaron Jones could easily be one of the leading rushers I wouldn't quite say the leading rusher, but he could be up there with the leading rushers. If they just run the daggone ball more, we could be a more efficient offense if they run the ball more. We ain't got Aaron Rodgers stressing out over every play because he has to throw it. So it's very frustrating to see this. We watched a video about it. This team can make their lives a whole lot easier if they run the ball more and do things a little more simply. And it's very true. We make it hard on ourselves when we really shouldn't. And it's frustrating to watch. But I think like I said, I think we win this game. I think Green Bay really puts the pedal to the metal on both sides of the ball. Our defense has been looking really good. The loss that we took last week was bad. We should have won that game. But what I took from it is our defense at times made amazing plays, especially our outside linebacker Fackrell. He's been really stepping up for Nick Perry and filling in that role very nicely, looking really good. So I think our defense is going to step up in this one. Get to Kirk Cousins. He threw a couple really bad interceptions last week, and I think he could very easily at least throw another one if we could fluster him and get to him with our blitz packages. We do that well as well. We blitz well. That's going to be my key for the game. Is run the ball and play really good defensive blitz. I think if we do those two things, we could definitely win this ball game. Keys for Minnesota. Make sure Kirk Cousins ain't throwing turnovers and being stupid. Make sure you protect him because when he gets flustered, obviously, as y'all can tell if y'all watch that Rams game. That was the keys for that. Like I said, keep Kirk Cousins from turning the ball over. They got a chance. But like I said, I think Green Bay should take this one pretty easily. I think we'll win by a couple touchdowns. It's going to be a little rough, though. We are in Minnesota. They get loud in that stadium. But my players of the game for the Packers is going to be Aaron Jones. He's such a threat. No matter if he does have 10 carries or 20, he's still a threat regardless. And he can catch the ball, too. So that's very important. And my player of the game for Minnesota is going to be Adam Thielen. He's been balling out this season. He continues to do that and make incredible catches, and I think he's going to make some pretty awesome catches in this one to make this game pretty interesting. But I got the Packers getting the W.
Alright, that's all I got to say about this game.
Yeah, that'll do it for me. Please comment, like, subscribe. Of course, we'll love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. We'll see you on the next one.